Connection with the Frustrated Rockstars. Of course, I'm Justin, and that's Jeff over there to my right. And today, Jeff, we are doing episode 28 of Talk and Roll, the Frustrated Rockstars show.
Yeah, we just talk music, and we'd love to hear your feedback. Come and join us. And
two bottles of Dom and some wings.
We're here at the On the Rocks Tavern in Sandy Springs,
Yes,
Georgia.
we are.
So, yeah, again, thanks for joining us. And let's talk about songwriters.
Let's do
that.
it
doesn't happen without the writers.
Sure, everything starts with the writers. That is true.
Specifically, songwriters that aren't the stars or the performers,
Right.
kind of the unknown songwriters, but have written songs. You know,
the names we're going to give you tonight, some of you may know, some of you may not. If you know about music, these guys aren't exactly living in a cabin in Montana. I mean, they're living in Manhattan and all that. But for people that are casual listeners of music, I think they'd be flabbergasted to see the list.
And the range of some of these, some write for rock, pop, country. So it's amazing. It's amazing how
it really is a
versatile.
It really is a formula.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of ways. Writing a good song is a formula. And every now and then there's those anomaly songs that are kind of one of a kind. But really, to write a hit, verse, chorus, verse, chorus. I mean,
there's a lot of
And some people have just mastered the art.
I guess it's just a matter of how it's produced and who the artist that does it, whether it can be made country, pop, rock, et cetera, et cetera. So let's just throw out some names.
Well, I mean, the first name I thought of when we came up with this topic was Diane Warren.
She has written a lot of, Michael Bolton. She did the Aerosmith song, Don't Want to Miss a Thing.
This right here is the list. I'm just looking at the artists. I mean, LeAnn Rimes, Patti LaBelle, Atlantic Starr, Reba McEntire. It just goes on and on and on. Tony Braxton, Ringo Starr, Cyndi Lauper,
Johnny Mathis.
Johnny Mathis.
I mean, can you believe this? And she's not that old. She's only probably in her early 50s.
Yeah, and she's so rich.
Oh, I mean, yeah. Could you imagine the money? It's like the biggest songs.
This is the people that make the money too.
Yeah.
The artists make money touring. The people that get the royalties are the people that make the real money. And it's every song you've ever heard. It's
every pop song.
Yeah, she's known for the love song.
Yeah, the love song.
When I See You Smile by Bad English. There's just so many.
Yeah. So Diane Warren, she's a pretty well-known one. I think the other well-known one that I know you and I both like and we've always admired is Desmond Child.
Absolutely.
Of course, he does mostly rock.
Well, what's interesting is now some of the guys, Bob Rock, the producers like this too, these guys were in bands, made a couple records, decided they didn't like the touring and all, but loved being around music and the studio stuff.
Became writers and producers.
Right, but left the touring, after a couple tours, So,
and of course that's where the money is too. If you're getting hit songs, you're making the money without having to go bust your ass on the road. What's his first big song, the Kiss song, I Was Made for Loving You?
Yeah, it's funny you should mention that. It's in here right here. On the Dynasty album.
Yeah, that was their kind of disco song.
That was a song that broke him through. He's written for Aerosmith, Bon Jovi, Cher, Alice Cooper. Here's Steven Tyler right here. The first time we co-wrote Angel, it took about an hour and 45 minutes. The guy is a effing genius.
Yeah.
That's coming from Steven Tyler. He's written a few hits himself.
Yeah, they did that. They brought him in on the Permanent Vacation record. That was their comeback album.
It seems like towards the mid to late 80s, if a rock group wanted to make a comeback,
or a pop single.
Let's call Bob Rock to produce it.
Or Bruce Fairbairn.
And let's call Desmond Child to co-write it.
Yeah. The Bon Jovi's the big example of that. You Do Love a Bad Name.
Living on a Prayer.
Yeah.
Looking down here, he's also written recently for Kelly Clarkson, Hilary Duff, Ace Young.
Yeah, and that's the thing. These guys, they can still have a career because they're not out in the public. So they're out back writing the songs. So they can write for artists 30 years ago and still do it today.
That's awesome. I think to me, that's the most power there is.
Yeah.
To be able to write the songs, and like you said, you can be 50, 60.
Right. It doesn't matter. Here's a couple that I like personally. Rod Temperton.
Rod Temperton.
He was in the band Heatwave. I like the funk.
Interesting.
And of course, so he wrote the Groove Line and Boogie Nights and Always and Forever. But then he got hooked up with Quincy. Right. Michael Jackson, Rock With You, Off the Wall, and Thriller. Wrote the song Thriller, or co-wrote it. How big is that? Brothers Johnson, Stomp, George Benson, Give Me the Night.
Oh, Give Me the Night.
Really? Michael McDonald, Sweet Freedom.
Sweet Freedom.
From the Running Scared soundtrack. But again, a guy that not many people know his name.
That's news to me.
And written a ton of stuff. The other one is Jimmy Webb.
Jimmy Webb.
You heard of Jimmy Webb?
Yep, I have heard of Jimmy Webb.
He wrote a lot of the Glenn Campbell songs by Time to Get the Phoenix, Galveston. But then he started out in the late 60s, The Fifth Dimension, Up, Up and away.
Oh, really?
In my beautiful...
As a writer or?
As a writer.
Okay.
And I don't know if he produced that either. And then he also wrote MacArthur Park, you know that song?
Yeah. Cat's always picked on every list as the worst song ever.
Yeah, I love it. I love the song.
That is picked as the worst song ever.
Yeah, that's because
I
I hate those stupid lists. It's a great song, by the way. The original version that Richard Harris did, the actor,
right.
You know, and he actually wrote and produced that whole album that he did. Up there with anything Brian Wilson ever did, in my opinion.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Cut the mic.
And of course, Donna Summer did a disco version.
Right.
Yeah, I don't like that. Yeah.
Someone
let the cake out in the rain. I mean, people can't handle that line for some reason.
I'm just telling you.
Well, it's a very emotional song. I think it's very sad. In fact, it made me cry the first time I heard it when I was like 5. So it's always been there for me. He also wrote The Highwayman.
I saw it on the list.
Christopher Stuyvesant.
That's a great song.
Johnny Cash, Waylon Jennings.
That's a great song.
Yeah.
I was a gambler. Bastards hung me in the spring of 35.
So there's a couple.
Song.
And
I'll see your Jimmy Webb.
Okay, what do you got over there?
Well, listen, I stumbled on. Now, this is someone I hadn't heard of until I was doing my research. Her name is Ellie Greenwich.
Ellie Greenwich. Never heard of her.
Her songs have earned her over 25 gold and platinum records and sales in the tens of millions, along with over 33 awards. Right, She's in the Songwriter Hall of Fame, and there's a play based on her life story.
Really? Name the songs.
Oh!
Give me the songs.
The name of the play is one of her songs, Leader of the Pack. And Danny Kissed Me, the Do Run Run.
All those like Phil Spector songs.
Be My Baby.
So,
Be My Baby.
And so she wrote, and Phil Spector.
Panky, Do Wah Diddy. Leader of the Pack.
So that's like she's like the king of the queen of the early '60s pop.
All the kind of like the Phil Spector stuff. So
interesting.
Yeah. But there's more. Look, she's written with Desmond Child, Cyndi Lauper, Paul Schaefer. She wrote Kentucky Woman and Cherry Cherry with Neil Diamond. Celine Dion, U2, Twisted Sister, Elton John, Cher have all covered her songs.
Oh yeah. Oh,
I'd never heard of this girl. Ellie Greenwich?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Wow.
So there's one for you. You're up. What do you got there?
Oh well, I want to think of something that's current.
Right.
But I don't know. You know, I don't know all the songwriters of all these new bands. But pop-wise, one of our old pals, Butch Walker,
one of my favorites,
has become a big producer-songwriter. So he's written songs for Avril Lavigne, Pink. Lindsay Lohan.
Right.
Bowling for Soup.
Yep.
Our favorite band name.
I love Bowling for Soup.
Seven Dust.
Not a fan of the name.
No one is.
Sorry there. What's his name?
Seven Dust. So
Jarrett. Sorry, Jarrett. I love the band. Hate the name.
So Butch Walker, formerly of the Marvelous Three, great band. So he's out doing a lot of stuff.
So anyway, we just wanted to salute today the songwriters. I fancy myself a songwriter, probably frustrated, much like my music. Prodigy, but.
Well, if you got any songwriters that we missed, email us.
Sure.
Comments, questions, anything. info@thefrustratedrockstars.com. Thank you so much.
We like email writers too.
Email writers, yes. And you can see all the links and stuff at thefrustratedrockstars.com. And thank you so much for joining us. We will catch you next time live on MP4.
Bye.